Since the big thing about free energy and calculating is whether you end up with a positive or negative number, we can make a lot of conclusions based not on the magnitude of the numbers, but on their sign. In other words, we can come up with situations where a reaction has to be spontaneous based simply on the signs of the enthalpy, the temperature, and the entropy. And that's all we need to know. And we can figure out whether it will be spontaneous or non-spontaneous depending on the temperature. That'll be cases where it's close. This is screencast 12.13. Okay. Imagine a situation where you have an exothermic reaction. That means delta H is negative. But the entropy is positive. This favors a spontaneous process, doesn't it? If delta G equals delta H minus T delta S, delta H is negative. That means delta G will probably be negative. Delta S is positive regardless of the temperature. It just makes it more positive. Therefore, this is always spontaneous. The opposite case must be never spontaneous. Interesting. You don't care what the signs are. This looks like it's favoring a non-spontaneous process, but this is favoring a spontaneous process. Since this gets multiplied by temperature, I'll say it again, delta G equals delta H minus T times delta S. As the temperature increases, it will tend to become more spontaneous. So, at a hot enough temperature, you can overcome that endothermic nature to the enthalpy. Opposite case, this is favoring a spontaneous process, but this is not. However, it gets multiplied by the temperature, so it's usually, as the temperature goes up, this one will tend to dominate. Don't forget that it's subtracting it, minus T delta S. So there you go.
Yeah,
this is spontaneity and free energy.